Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to day 2 of Reinvent Yourself, your next level identity. And this is truly about you stepping into your next level. This is day 2 of our online event. I am so happy to be here with you. And thank you for understanding this morning with tech challenges and the fact that Wi-Fi, oh, there were so many things that occurred. So we want to thank you on behalf of myself and my team for your understanding, and for those of you registered, getting those emails and everything. It was you've just got to roll with the punches, and this is what having an online business and getting those things going. And so I also love when things like this occur, because what are we talking about? We're talking about identity, and we're talking about assumptions and judgments and the way that we carry ourselves and what narratives we create. So really being in the space, even today, I was just saying to myself, I'm like, okay, this is not at all, we would never have planned this. And what am I going to tell myself? How am I going to hold my energy? What am I going to make this mean? How am I going to show up? And really being in a space of full faith that we'll get on, and that it will all work out, and whatever was needed to transpire today happened, because it was completely out of my control. So that being said, yesterday was epic. I want to thank everyone, your comments, the messages that I received. It was really amazing and I want to thank all of you who shared and were so engaged yesterday, and then just your personal stories that you shared with me. I love going into my DMs and when I get to personally respond, and the interactions that I got to have with several of you yesterday it was beautiful. And I just wanted to say thank you again for sharing, and also the questions that you have submitted for today. Those of you that did, I will make sure to speak into those. So let's do a recap of yesterday. This is a 2-day event, Reinvent Yourself, step into your next level identity. And what that's about is identity. For me, I fully believe identity is the key to quantum leap and to manifest your greatest dreams and have them actualize quite quickly in your outer reality. And so, not to get too wordy, in the most plain and simplified way, I believe reinvention easily trumps manifestation or anything else. I believe that now more than ever, we have the opportunity to show up and create whatever life we want, whatever body we want, whatever way we want to look, how we want to feel. I believe now more than ever, women get to have it all, that we don't have to choose. I believe now more than ever, women have a very strong voice and are coming to the forefront saying, hey, I have stories, I have a life, I have value, I have things that I want to say, and I am done playing by anybody else's rules. And I am done living into paradigms of family dynamics, roles, rules, and any limitations. I especially, and this event in particular was framed for, now obviously of any and all ages are welcome, but for women over 40 that are really reflective in that midlife of looking at choices they made, choices they didn't make, roads they went down. And it's removing the what ifs, it's removing the regrets, because it truly doesn't matter, because up until right now, at this point, you get to live the next chapter, and that can be the best chapter or another incredible chapter in your life. It gets to be whatever you want it to be, but we don't need to get anybody else's permission. We just have to believe in ourselves. And that's the mission that I am on. Is it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. It doesn't matter your weight. If you're too thick, we want to remove all of this and get you back to wholeness, the truth of who you are before you ever thought you were less than, whether due to a number on the scale or any limiting belief that ever had you think you were less than. So this isn't about you needing to become a whole new person. This is truly about you becoming who you were always meant to be and no longer being afraid. And yesterday, several of the women, and I just want to honor them for their bravery and their courage in stepping forward and just sharing that they know they want to be seen, and they're afraid of being judged online, or they're afraid of their family judging them. They're afraid that they might lose friends, or they might outgrow their partner, or that their current, friend group and community are going to think that they're crazy. And I also love those that shared yesterday that their dreams scare them a little bit, that they're going, I don't even know how that could happen. And so this event is for the high achieving woman that knows that she's meant for extraordinary, not ordinary. She's felt the pull to something greater, to something bigger, and she wants to go for it and she wants to make it happen. And so the process of reinvention is really a rewiring of the way that you think and the way you see yourself, a releasing of limiting beliefs and all limitations that you have on yourself, getting into the full clarity of what it is that you really want and who you want to be. And I mean real clarity. I'm talking about really taking the time to ask yourself if any and all things are possible. If I've got all the money in the world and I can do anything and I'm not going to fail, what do I want? How would I look? Where would I buy my clothes? How much money do I really want? Where would I want to live? What would I want my house to look like? What would I want my body to look like? What do I want my life to look like? And not what you think it should be, and not what your partner wants. It's really get clear on who you are. And what I've found, I've done this work. So those of you that are new to me, Melissa Catherine, I've been in the transformational coaching space for over 20 years. Or not over 20, just on 20. I'm a master hypnotherapist, a master life coach. I also specialize as a holistic nutritionist and have a background in fitness and psychology of food and self-sabotaging behaviors, in particular among women. I was in the space of weight loss, but not in the dieting realm. I was known as the done with dieting girl. I did that for almost a little over a decade, running thousands of women internationally through our Weight Loss for Life, Love Your Body, Lose the Weight programs. And in that, what was so beautiful in my own growth and evolution was many of the women through our programs would then say, this was like a full life transformation. And Melissa, you brought me back to faith. And Melissa, my entire relationship has changed and my marriage is saved and my kids are learning about this. And I've come back, to myself. I'm happy again. And their partners would say, I don't know what you're doing, but I love their partners would say, stay in this program. I mean, it's epic. But it also had me look and go, right, you start a business one way. It's a reflection of me as I've grown. I've lived all over the world. I've studied with the best of the best. And I've my spiritual teachers and everyone from Louise Hay to Wayne Dyer to, I've been very, very blessed with the teachers that I've had. And I can say that many thousands of the women, many wanted permission. They wanted to know that what was on their heart could happen, that it was possible and they should go for it. They wanted to believe in themselves and they wanted to trust themselves again. And most of all, they wanted to feel confident and at peace in who they are. And so I always say, you give me a woman who feels good in her body and she's unstoppable and she'll go for her dreams. So in this event, what we did yesterday was we really released old limiting beliefs. We got clear on what was in the way. And we really looked at, if any and all things were possible, what is it you really want? And what narratives are you buying into? What stories do you have? What identities are you living into that you actually don't want? And I don't want to talk all negative. We have a lot of identities that are really great. There's a lot of things that you have learned about yourself. And I would love for anybody to share, but it can be anything from having people tell you, that you're a kind person, or that you're super smart, or that you're highly athletic, or that you're great with languages, or you're great with money. These all create identities and belief systems, and those belief systems and identities are where we get our worth from. And what we tie our worth to is what we put our value into and where we will invest, because we have faith that we can show up and that we'll have success. But what about the identities that we've bought into that actually aren't true, that we don't want, that we don't like? Right? What about the identities where somebody said, oh, well, you're smart, but you're not athletic, or you're pretty, but you're not too bright? What are the things that you have ended up inadvertently, they've defined you, and they've defined the choices that you've made and the life that you've led. And I'm here to say that now more than ever, question the things that you believe to be true, question the identities that you hold about you. And if there's something that people believe about you and that you speak often into, like, oh, I'm always late, or oh my God, I know I'm such a mess. My whole life, I'm such a mess. I'm like all over the place. Don't say things that you don't want to be true. And definitely don't speak into something that you don't want other people to see you as. And so I see this often. And it was something that I even saw within myself. I'm like, why am I owning things about myself that I don't want? And once I learned the power of our words, the power of revisioning, how to reprogram the mind as a master and a therapist, I saw that my mind worked against me. Well, when I started learning that you're not your thoughts and you're not your mind, and that you can program your mind, and that your mind has 80,000 thoughts a day on repeat, 60,000 of them are negative, and that you can create a new belief within 17 seconds and intercept an old one and rewrite it. I was like, why aren't we doing this in school? What are we doing here? Oh my God, this is amazing. And then when I learned that you could actually program your mind through the imagination, the imagined mind, the godlike mind, through visualization, and that the mind doesn't know a difference between a dream or reality, and that you can actually heal yourself on a cellular level through the thoughts that you think and the words that you say, and that bringing to life your visualizations in your mind and having them tie into an emotional experience or to evoke emotion in the body could actually transmute your cells completely. Well, that's how I healed myself of cancer. And that's how I've supported my clients. And that's how I've shifted my identity. And that's when I saw, oh, wow, we can actually program our minds to age our bodies backwards, that we are made up 73% of water, and our cells are turning over at all times and have little receptors listening to everything that we're saying. So every negative thought that I'm thinking is actually shifting me on a cellular level. So, when they talk about stress being the silent killer, yeah, because that internal dialogue is what's creating for you or against you at all times. So knowing that, I was like, then this is what I need to teach all women, that they have the power at any time to heal themselves, to age backwards, to change their relationship with food and their body. I did this with thousands. I did it with myself, with my own body. You can forever shift the way that you relate to food and to yourself. You can forever change your body through your belief system. And then if you pair that, once you hold that identity will inform your decisions. So often we wait, I need to make millions before I can believe I'm a millionaire. No, you own the identity of the millionaire, and then you make the millions. You own the identity of the healthy woman, and then you become healthy. You own the identity of success, and then the success has to come. You don't wait for it and then be it. You be it. That's why they always say it's the joy in the journey. That's why when Biggest Loser, they all gain the weight back. They never change their identity. They just put a Band-Aid on it. It's going on in our world right now. When people, I don't want to go into a whole diatribe here around this, but like when people are telling me that, they're like, oh, I'm now on Manjaro and I it's healed all my food issues. I'm like, yeah, until you're not on it anymore. It's changing your brain chemistry with a shot, unless you're going to be on the shot for life, which is the way they've set it up. But otherwise than that, no, you didn't heal anything. And it will come back. And you're going to gain the weight back, and you're just not going to have bone density. So that's a whole other thing. I won't do here, but I'm saying to each his own. But what I will say is everything is about identity, and we really get to own the identity that we carry. So if you want to be confident, don't wait to lose the weight to have the confidence. If you want to be wealthy, don't wait. Don't sit there and obsess over your debt. And so one of the primary things, so I'm basically doing an overview of yesterday before we get into today. Today, we are doing Embodying the Woman Who Has It All. And we're going to go through the actual exercises, and we're going to do a visualization around this. But what I was saying about visualizing that I want to reinforce here again today is when we visualize and we bring the visualization to life with an emotional component, just like when you hear a song and it brings you to tears, or it makes you smile and laugh, and it brings you back to you have a visceral response. There's a memory in your cells, a cellular memory. And in your mind, you are bringing about a memory. You are being called back to an experience. You are activating that energetically. And when we do that, it is a profound impact, not only on our state of mind, but on what we're experiencing. And then once we do that, that will then inform, most of the times, it will inform the next so many decisions that you make based off of those feelings. So when we want to create something in our lives, if we can visualize it and hold the visualization and bring the visualization to life and add emotion to it, like you're seeing yourself having the baby, you're seeing yourself walk out of the church getting married or whatever, getting married. You're seeing yourself walking into your new house with your new keys. You're seeing yourself signing that contract or getting that new job or getting that audition or, writing that book, whatever it is. The more that you see it and bring it to life in the reality of seeing it. And so yesterday I also pointed out, when we're watching the vision, you're not watching a movie. You're watching yourself through your own eyes. We're actually experiencing it internally. We're not watching it as a character. We are the star, right? And that was another important piece we talked about yesterday, that you are the star, producer and director and writer of your movie. So if you're not liking something that you're experiencing, you have to change it. But all the characters in your movie you called in, and the way they're reacting to you, you've created, because they're all mirrors to you. So if we don't like the way somebody's responding to us, what do we believe to be true about them and how they see us? If we don't like the way our partner is reacting with us, if we don't like the way we're being viewed or valued or not, do we value ourselves? Everyone's our mirror and everybody is pushed out. Law of assumption is what I assume to be true will show up as fact for me in my outer reality. So when we look at Neville Goddard says this best in his book, Power of Awareness, your assumptions, I'm butchering it, but your assumptions will tell you everything about what you believe to be true about that person and about how they see you and about life. What you assume to be true is what you will experience. When you go into that holiday and you're like, this uncle's, oh my God, it was always like that, or this aunt's going to do this, or this person's amazing. They're all going to conform to your assumptions without fail. So change your assumptions, change your experience. And the last thing that was really important that I shared yesterday is the only truth that exists is the one that you tell and believe. There is no other real truth other than the one that you believe to be true. So whatever truths you're telling that you don't like or wish were different, make them different. And then your job is to align and to believe them. And that is the work. That's the thing. But you hold the key to all of this. So life isn't happening to you. You get to co-create with life to happen for you. And that too happens with your assumptions. So did you ever notice when something bad happens, or something annoying happens? Maybe it's you go to get your stuff out of the wash and there was something red and now all your whites are red. And you're like, of course. And then you have a statement like, of course that would happen to me. Shitty things always happen to me. Today is going to be one of those days. Well, it's obvious nothing's going to go my way. And then what happens? You're actually speaking into existence out loud what you don't want to have happen. And you're actually going to make the rest of the day a really bad day for you. Instead of turning around in that moment and just going, well, I've always loved the color pink. It's really in fashion right now. I guess I have a lot of it and I didn't have to pay for it. Okay. And then just go, all right, well, what other quirky things are here? I must have been tired when I did that, blah, blah, blah. And you let it roll off. Then it's a one and done. You move on. But how often have we done that, or we spill coffee or we take that wrong turn, or we're a little bit late, and the entire day, all day, we talk about how nothing's working for us, and then nothing does. And you walk in the house at the end of the day and you're like, I told you it's going to be a bad day. And you wouldn't believe what else happened. And this happened and that happened and this happened. It's not by chance. You made it happen. That's what you believed would happen. So the universe is giving what you asked for. So instead of asking for things we don't want, we get to be very conscious of asking for the things we do want and then expecting them and bringing them to life through excited anticipation. So I want you to think about it this way. When you're going on vacation, you're not doubting that you're going to have a good time, right? You're anticipating it. You're packing, you're getting things ready, you're making plans, you're texting friends, or you're talking to your partner about it, or you're like planning things with your kids and you're like this, and you're packing, you're buying things, and it's exciting, right? You bought the tickets, you're imagining things, you're like, oh, we're going to do this, and I'm going to plan that, and I'm so excited. You're not like, I booked the trip, is it going to happen? I don't know if it's going to happen. Do you think it's going to happen? Are we going to find out if it's going to happen? I should pray. I'm going to ask about it tomorrow. I'm going to journal about it. Do we think? I don't know. Is it going to happen? No. But that's what we do all the time in life. That's what we do all the time. So instead, I'm inviting you to be in the vacation mode, the excited anticipation of the body, the ideal body, the easy weight release. I'm so excited. I may be at this weight right now, and I'm so grateful that my body is happy and healthy. And I'm so excited for where we're going because I know where I'm headed, and it feels good. And each day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to remind myself of the goal that we set, and I'm going to show up and I'm going to feel proud and I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it. Do you see what I'm saying? And so that's excited anticipation. That's the highest vibrational frequency. That's the knowing, right? So yesterday we did the releasing and rewiring. And so a lot of what we were talking about yesterday was why you're stuck and how to take up space unapologetically. And I talked a lot about women and worthiness and really, really being unapologetic in showing up and not saying, I'm sorry, and not only showing up like 10% and not worrying. I'm worried I would be too much. I don't really want to, I'm just sad today. So like, I didn't want to go because I didn't want to bring everybody down. No, you get to be unapologetic and not make anything in life mean anything. You're an amazing woman who's having a hard day, and you can have a hard day and still show up. Right? So we went through that, and we really went through, if you fully owned your power, where would you no longer shrink? What would you do differently? That was one of the journal questions that we went through, right? And we talked a lot about fear and fear of failure, and really, really asking yourself, what is it you truly want? Like, what is it that you truly want a year from now? So guys, I know we're streaming on a few different platforms, and oh, I love this. Oh my God. So Stephanie, this is great. So you want to turn your side hustle into your full business. I love that. I love that. So can I ask, what is standing in the way? What's standing in the way of that happening? And one step further, go to the end state. You are the version of you that has your side hustle. It's your full time. How is she showing up differently? What does she believe? What are her habits? What are her thoughts? And how's she carrying herself? And this is a very big one, guys. How's her energy different? Steph, like Stephanie, how would her energy be different? Yeah, she'd be more confident. Yeah. Show up on social media more. Yeah. Yeah. What's stopping you from doing that now? What's stopping you? So that's a beautiful example. Thank you so much for sharing. That's a beautiful example, right? Of side hustle versus full-time. There's no reason. The gap can be closed in the next few weeks. Like right now, she can just decide that she's a full-time CEO of her business and that it's thriving and successful, right? but it's an ownership of energy. And so this is beautiful. And I want to ask you guys, this goes right into day 2. Embodying the woman who has it all is truly the decision to play bigger and to never look back. So I'm going to keep using your example, Steph. I hope that's okay. But have you taken plan B off the table? Are you all in? So let's talk about the power of deciding, right? And what that really looks like. So when we're looking at embodying and we're looking at reinventing yourself, it's deciding. It's making that full decision. It's all in energy. It's I'm all in and I'm deciding, and I've taken plan B off the table. I'm doing this. I'm going to do this. And what is that really saying? It's saying you're committed, right? It's saying you're fully committed. So I want to ask you guys, what does commitment mean to you? What is something that you've been committed to, and what does it mean to you? Okay. Yeah, all in energy. Yep. And what else with commitment? So good. You trust yourself. Yeah. Yeah, you trust yourself. And so, guys, the power in deciding is powerful. I want you to think in your life right now, where have you decided before? Where have you decided? Where have you committed? And I guarantee the areas where you decided and committed is where you've been extremely successful and you have the things that you wanted. Whether it was a relationship, having children, a career, your education, where have you committed? And I want you to think back to what that feels like. So commitment to me is I am all in. This is what I want. I'm clear. I'm going. I'm taking action. I'm not stopping. Even if I fall down, I'm going to get back up because I'm committed. I'm going to do this. Like I was committed to having my business work. I was committed. And I failed a lot along the way. I fell down, then I had spikes of success, then I went here. And but I never gave up on it. I never closed the doors. I never said, I'm just going to go get a job and go do this. I was committed and this is what I was doing. So I was going to figure it out no matter what, right? There's that commitment. And commitment and deciding is powerful because what it does is it tells the universe, God, source energy, hey, this is what I want. I'm going all in. There's no ambiguity. I'm not saying I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm not sure, because being ambiguous gets you ambiguous results. That's when you move forward 10% with your finances. You lose a little bit of weight, but not enough. You get a little bit here, but you're dating, but you didn't meet that person. You're not all in. You're not clear. Get clear, go all in, and the universe, God, source energy will redirect you. But they can only redirect you when you are like, I am committed to what I'm doing and I'm not stopping. And then you will get rerouted. But when you don't know and you just don't take action, you will stay in stagnation. And when you just don't know, right? And again, you waffle and one day you want one thing and one day you want the next. Again, you're going to get a mixed bag of results. And then that's when I get DMs that say, well, I'm just unsure. I got a sign about this, but then I asked for a sign and I got a sign for that. So I'm not sure which one I'm supposed to do. How do you decide? And I go, well, you're getting signs for what you're looking for. So signs, if you ask for a sign and you're saying it's something you want, you're going to get the sign, right? And often if we don't get a sign, you know what you want by the way not getting the sign made you feel, right? Did you ever notice that? Like when I go to like order, sometimes people say, well, what do you do? I go, if I'm between two things, I will ask the waiter and I'll say, should I get just going to make this up. Should I get the steak or the salmon? And if he's like salmon, and I'm disappointed that he said salmon, then I know what I really wanted was a steak. So I got my answer. That's my sign. Do you get what I'm saying? That is your sign. The way that you feel is your best barometer. That is your thermostat. That is everything. Okay. So when we're going into, I don't know why that just popped up. Let me go here. The decision to play bigger and never look back and becoming that woman who never second guesses herself. This is so true. And this is what I was saying. And these are the women in my community, and most likely you. That's why you're here. The most powerful women don't wait for confidence. They decide and then they act. So in your journal right now, the Millionaire Woman exercise, okay? I want you to close your eyes right now with me. And just take a deep breath in through your nose, eyes closed. And just suspend your breath. And exhale out through your mouth for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take another inhale in through your nose. Suspend your breath. Exhale out through your mouth for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And taking your pointer finger and your middle finger, just look for a minute if you need to, but really just take your pointer finger and your middle finger, and you're going to tap on your heart to get out of your head and into your body, letting your body know, hey, we're here. And I want you to imagine you are already living the life of your dreams as the most extraordinary version of you, the highest and best version of you. Your wealthiest, most powerful, fully embodied reality, successful and confident and healthy, doing work that lights her up, fully fulfilled, in love with herself and with life, fulfilled in her love life. How does she move? How does she walk? How does that version of you think? What does she expect? What does she expect from life, from work, from loved ones? What type of treatment, response? What are her assumptions about how people see her? The highest and best version of you. What are people saying about you? And I want you to look at how she's dressed. And I want you to think about where she shops. What's her body look like? Where does she vacation? What does she read? Start getting really, really clear on this version of you. Because this version of you lives inside of you. And just take another minute. And I want you to look around at where you are living. The environment. And take in any last details, anything else that you're being guided to want to know about her. And really feel it. And when you come back, I want you to just come back and open your eyes and take a deep breath. And with your pen and paper, I want you to write, if I fully trusted myself, what would I commit to today? Where would I stop playing small? And just see what comes to mind. I'm going to put this in the chat for you. If I fully trusted myself, what would I commit to today? And where would I stop playing small? Just think about that. And if I fully trusted myself, right? If I fully trusted myself, what would I commit to today? So I'd love to hear from you guys. What did you see in that visualization when we just did that? You started crying. Happy tears. Yeah, because that's you. You connected with you. You connected with the highest version of you. And that highest version doesn't mean it's you 10 years from now. You get to connect to her all the time. And so there was something I shared yesterday that I posted in my Limitless Academy, our online membership. And I said, today, wake up and say, I choose to align with the highest and best version of me. I choose it. I am aligned with the highest, best version of me. And from this place, I make all my decisions. I think, I speak, I act from this energy. And we allow that to inhabit our minds, our actions, our bodies, right? So we can't, I often say, in order to become someone you've never been, we have to do things you've never done. In order to get to where you want to be, you have to do things differently, right? We have to do things differently. And we have to start to shift the things that aren't working. Keep the things that are, but shift the things that aren't working. So in this process of embodying the woman who has it all, right? And going in, we talked about the power in deciding and playing a bigger game. So when you're journaling, right, when we're looking at, if you fully trusted yourself, what would you commit to today? And where would you stop playing small? Oh, that's beautiful. Lisa, yes, you'd stop playing small in your business. So guys, in what ways are you playing small? Think about it, right? Your soul is speaking to you right now and saying, like, my business, in your relationship. Interesting. So in what way are you playing small in your relationship? I want you to think about your next level commitment to yourself out loud. So in the beginning of this, I asked each and every one of you, what is that one thing that you're really wanting? 6 months from now, if one thing could change for you, if your side hustle blew up in the best of ways, if you released a certain amount of weight, if you fell in love, if you got pregnant, if you started that other business, whatever that is for you, what is that one thing? And then I want you to speak your next level commitment so that you activate this shift in real time. You're going to speak your next level commitment out loud. So why do we do that? Well, in order to reprogram the mind and for our soul and the shift in the identity and our soul to resonate with this, we want to speak it out loud. I commit. And the most successful people I've found, not only do they write their goals every day, but they speak them out loud in the I am, or I'm so happy and grateful that, right? But it's, I commit to getting my healthiest body. I commit to achieving this financial reality. I commit to I commit to putting myself out there in love. I commit to releasing any excess weight. I commit to being the healthiest I can be. I commit to growing my wealth and my legacy. I commit, I commit, I commit. We have to ground in to our commitments, because all too often, especially women, they end up acting off of their emotions. Emotions are nothing more than energetic flares that run through the body. They're energetic frequencies. They need to emote. They need to express. They need to be released. And so that's why when you're crying out of nowhere and you can't stop, it's because you held back tears for weeks. When you're angry and you lash out at your partner and you're like, they didn't deserve that. And that was not like, I don't even know where that just came from. It's all the anger that's been repressed. Emotions need to be released, but do not allow your emotions to define you, because if they do, you will act on whims of your emotions, which will mean you'll never get anywhere. Because very rarely do I hear somebody say, I woke up today and I could not wait to tackle my day. I mean, not very rarely, I find it, but generally, especially with hormonal fluctuations and women, you know, it's like, I woke up and I was still sad from yesterday. It's like, and then they let the sadness from yesterday be what stops them from being efficient, productive, working out that day, getting those things done, because they fall into the, I don't feel like it, or they start identifying as somebody that's going through this right now, or they're depressed. I'm not demeaning, and I'm not saying not to allow for that. What I am saying is, please stop allowing your emotions to dictate your level of actions, productivity, and what you choose for yourself each day, because you program your mind and the mind informs the body. So you get to say, I choose happiness today. I choose to operate from the highest and best version of me. I choose to be blank. I choose it. I choose it. I am it. And that activation on a daily basis, I am committed to my success. I'm committed to showing up online. I'm committing to being visible. I'm committed to leaning into any fear and acting into that fear. I'm committed to taking action today. I'm committed to myself today. I'm committed to loving myself more today than I did yesterday. I'm committed to optimal health today. I'm committed to these goals. When we remind ourselves day after day of what we're committed to out loud and what our goals are, they get our focused attention. And then we are informing not only our mind that then controls the body, that this is where we want our focus to be. And these are the things we want to attract to us and to happen for us. And that's when we call in that energy to support us completely. And that's when we quantum leap. And that's what supports in the shift in your identity to reinvent yourself into the woman that you want to be by your design, not by default of who you've been told you're supposed to be. So if there's any questions around that, let me know. And again, I cannot impress this enough. We don't want to wait to lose the weight to feel confident. We get to be confident now. We don't need to have the social media following to claim that we're successful now. We don't need to have 50 million credentials to say that we can start that business or be that thing. You get to be whatever you want to be now, because you get to decide and then align and get so in conviction and unwavering belief within yourself that no one can take it from you. And that your success is inevitable because you said so, right? Which leads me to our next point so beautifully, making it inevitable. So the only option is your next level. Remember, we want to take plan B off the table. So in step 3, this is about redefining. Now that you just met your highest self, right? It's time to fully claim her. And so with a pen and paper, I love this exercise. I had to put it into this event. It's your non-negotiable list. I want you to write down the new rules for your life. What are you never, this is so powerful. I need you guys, I'm going to give you like 5 minutes to do this. What are you never allowing again? And what are your new standards? What are you never allowing again? And what are your new standards? So this is the non-negotiable list. I will put this, yes, Jessica, I'm going to put this here. I see you, honey. Oh my God, you guys are awesome. Thank you. I'm so glad. Okay. Well, for those of you that registered, I know you have this in the handouts. For those of you that didn't, I just want to put that there. So yeah, Sarah, the non-negotiable list, I just put it here. Write down the new rules for your life. What are you never allowing again? And what are your new standards? What are you never allowing again? And what are your new standards? So this is so good. So a non-negotiable list. So for instance, my non-negotiable, I'm no longer going to gossip. I'm no longer making excuses around taking time for myself. My non-negotiable is, let's just say your non-negotiable is, you've seen the power of a morning routine. So it's a non-negotiable for you. Non-negotiable is working out each day or going for a walk. Non-negotiable, drinking water, right? What are your new rules for your life and for this version of you, this highest and best version of you? This is like really such a fun exercise, guys. I cannot tell you how amazing it is to sit down and look at your non-negotiable list and really get clear on the new rules for your life. The people in your life, are you going to tolerate drama, gossip? The new rules in your life are, we don't tell lies, we don't gossip. I'm not down for gossip. I don't want to be a part of it. New rules are, I show up for what I'm committed to. The new rules are that my health is my top priority. The new rules are that I'm going to really be great with money. My new rules are that I go to sleep at this time, that my kitchen is closed at this time. My new rules are that I don't buy anything without getting, I mean, I'm making things up here. My new rules are I work these hours and I'm done at this time. I don't work weekends. I don't work Fridays. I don't know what that is for you, but get clear on what your new rules are and commit to them. These are your new standards. My new rules are when I need to express something, I pause, but I make sure to speak my truth. My new rules are I take up space when I go out. My new rules are I take full pride in my appearance, that I want to always feel good before I leave the house. My new rules are I go to church on Sunday. I don't know if there's something with you with faith, but you want to look at your new rules. And I like to look at them in terms of relationships, spirituality, money, purpose, friends, community. What do you want your boundaries to be? Because what your boundaries are going to tell you everything about you and are going to create for you. So if you're somebody that's always in integrity, then you're going to attract in people that are integrity. If you're somebody that, isn't always truthful, you're going to have people that aren't truthful back. Everyone's your mirror. So having really strong boundaries of I surround myself with people that love themselves and are positive people. A new boundary for me is I only have positive people in my life that uplift me, believe in me, and support me as I do them. My new boundary in my life is I'm about loyalty and honesty. And if you're not honest, it's just not something that's for me at this stage of my life. My new boundaries are I'm on time. My new boundaries are I'm removing judgments. That I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm just going to be love and I'm going to stay in my own lane. You've got to decide. But when you get clear on these non-negotiables and your new rules for your life, it is a game changer, because then you decide and you put parameters around them and watch how your world dramatically changes basically overnight, because those that don't adhere to your new boundaries and what you're committed to will fall away, or you will see very clearly the contrast. And it's almost like the universe is highlighting them to say, you just said you had a boundary around this, the person's not aligned. And you're going to go, okay, all right. It doesn't mean that you have to break up with them and never talk to them again. It just means they don't get so much airtime. You have a boundary with them. They're still in your life, but you've noticed that when you spend time with them, you feel depleted, and it's not life-giving. If anything, you feel exhausted and negative, and it's not supportive, and they never ask about you. So you're like, you know what? I love them from afar, but I'm not going out of my way to keep that relationship going. I'm gonna have a boundary up. I'll see them, and it will stay. So when you start doing that, life is going to conform and transform, as are you, very, very, very quickly. But it's you deciding. And what I see too often is people say, I want this new identity, or really want to start making more money, or women will come and go, Melissa, I'm ready to be seen in a big way. I want to release this weight. I'm making myself priority, going bold and big with my business, doing all the things, but they don't have boundaries. And then with the lack of boundaries takes from their energy, and then they're all over the place. And then they're not committed to what they're saying anymore. And the things that they're really want to be committed to get half of the airtime, because now they're dealing with the dramas from over here, right? And they're still in between, and they're not fully all in. And then those things kind of take them out, and then they're around them, and then it's taken a week, and then they're emotionally blah, blah, blah. And then here they are, and nothing's moved forward that they really wanted. Commit. Today is about commitment and deciding. Because in the process of reinvention, I teach a 4-step framework in our 6-month program. By the way, we are starting April 1st. For those of you, we have 4 spots left. This is an epic program. I've not ever seen anything like it on the market. It's private combined with group, and a course and an in-person retreat. This is the most transformational experience that I have seen. I did not even know noise was on here. I basically created what I always wanted, and what I ended up doing that my clients were coming to me for, saying, can you take me through that exact process of what you did? And then I was like, oh, this is an exact process of reinvention. I've reinvented myself multiple times. I reinvented myself from being a fashion designer, from being a small town girl, to then going to New York City, being a self-trained fashion designer, successfully for over 10 years, being sent around the world to trend shop in Japan, and so forth. And then I went and did that. And then I reinvented myself again, and I created my own online business. I went back to school for nutrition and several other things, and a lot. At the time, there was not degrees the way they were around doing what I'm doing now. It's really beautiful what's transpired in terms of education and all of that. But reinvention, I digress. It's our 6-month program to truly become the woman that you're meant to be, and to dramatically change your life in this 6 months time through this transformational program, getting clear on truly shifting your identity. And it's also for the high achieving, successful woman that's ready to either pivot in her career, go to her next level with her career, or start and take that side hustle and make it her main thing and get clear on that. So there's not only the building of the identity of the version of you that you want to be, that starts with the body. So I always say, give me a woman that feels good in her body, and she will be unstoppable and go for her dreams. We have to start there first. We have to start with you trusting you tuning into your own intuitive gifts and guidance, learning how to create for you, and then getting you crystal clear on what are we building? What would you love? The version of you that you want to be, the life that you want to be living, the business that you want to have. And from building from this place, then we ground you into your worth, your confidence, your clarity, and the ownership of the identity. And then from there, then you go into crafting and the wealth and the marketing and the business and the acumen. And that is what I found to be an absolutely incredible combination to get you to where you want to be. So that's reinvention. I will put the application below for 4 spots. But getting back to today, when you're looking at that non-negotiable list, yeah, Jessica, if you email support@melissakathryn.com, support Melissa, KATHRYN.com, you can, we can set up a time to talk and answer any questions. And yeah, and the links will be below where you can schedule a call or you can apply. Annie, Limitless Academy is our online membership, and that's our life, mind, body mastery membership. And that's a great question. So the primary difference is that's an ongoing membership program. It's a lower investment. It's all group. And that's for the awakened woman who wants to continue to stay aligned with the highest and best version of herself, always growing, always changing, always going higher, and wants to be in community and wants to continue to learn and to grow and to have the opportunity to spot coach and ask questions and have that daily inspiration and motivation and be surrounded by other women who are going higher. We bring guest experts in. We do bi-monthly challenges. I'm on live weekly. So that is an incredible online membership too, and academy. I mean, it's endless. I mean, we've got multiple other programs in there, meditations, visualizations, resources, workbooks, an 8-week limitless body program that's included in that program. It's incredible. I absolutely love it. The 6-month program is an elite program for elite women that are ready to invest in themselves, and they want to see they're ready for epic changes. They're ready, and they're just, like I can say a few of the women that joined just said, there's no option for me not to. Like, I'm ready to play big. I'm ready to go big, and I don't want to wait another year, and I don't want any regrets. And I was like, let's do this, girl. And so I totally get that. And the best part about Reinvention, both of them I run live, but Reinvention, I'm running live and I'm doing it with you guys. And I will be teaching the course live as well. So not only will the Q&A calls be with me, but I'm actually running the course live. So you're in my energy. And it's incredible. And the other women. So Reinvention, like I said, we've got 4 spots. We start April 1st. And that is a 6-month high transformational program. And it's to dramatically take your body, mind, and life to the next level in those 6 months time. The results have been epic. And I'm my own testament to it. So I'm in the midst of my own biggest next level reinvention. So let's do this, girl. So that's Reinvention. Again, I will put the link. I think Mary's not on. Okay. Let me do this. I will put that here. Karen, yeah. So support at melissacatherine.com. Oh my God. I'm so glad you brought that up. Yes. So yesterday, guys, those of you that join off of this event are going to get, here's the calendar to schedule a call. And like I said, it's 4 spots. We do it by interview. So we haven't accepted everybody because it's a certain program, and we will be accepting 16 women, and we're almost capped. But it's gotta be a good fit. And I'm very clear about that. I want to make sure, depending on what you're wanting and looking for, that it's the right fit. We're really adamant about that because it's a curated group of women, and you guys are going to be, connecting with one another. So go there for that. Here is where you can learn more about Reinvention. What I want to tell you, the bonus with Reinvention right now is my internationally, I was so proud of that. An international known program, Love Your Body, Lose the Weight, our 6-month program. We received an award for it. It's to truly help you to heal your relationship with food, your body, and release the weight without ever having to diet again. It's epic, and that program is included as a bonus, and it is almost $3,000 on the site. So that's included. And for those of you, for anybody that had already purchased that joins, then you would get Limitless Academy instead, and that it would be the same value in the end. So both 2 incredible bonuses that would be included in Reinvention. So I want to make sure though to finish this. And guys, these are awesome questions. So thank you so much, because I totally almost forgot about mentioning the bonuses. All right. So what I wanted to say, so Sarah, okay, I didn't mean to miss that. Let me go back here. No, Reinvention, this is not you against yourself. It's the opposite. It's actually about you coming home to yourself. This is you loving you. So in this event alone, right? I want you to think about when we're looking at reinvention, this ties me into our fourth step here. So we went through releasing, we went through rewiring your mind yesterday, releasing old limiting beliefs, rewiring the mind. Step 3 is redefining how you see yourself and claiming her, right? So now that you see your highest self, it's time for you to truly claim her. And what claim her means is I'm not going to conceptualize her. I'm not just going to think about what that version, I'm actually going to be her. I'm going to dress like her. I'm going to act like her. I'm going to talk like her. I'm going to own my energy like her. And that's why I had you do the non-negotiable list. And then step 4 is reinventing, the reinvention. And this is integrating this version of you into your business, your body, your wealth, your health. That's it. This is who you are now. And we don't need to wait to become it. That's the mistake, right? Yes, Annie, exactly. It's putting it off. No. We get to own it now, right? We get to own it now. That's the difference. We don't need to create a time delay. So just journal about this. What is the first most, and just right now, guys, you don't even journal it. What is the most powerful action you can take today as this version of you? What is the most powerful action you can take today as this version of you? Clean out my closet. Yeah, you could do that. Dress like her. Get rid of junk food. There we go. Anything around business? Sign up for your art class. Yes. Right? Yes. It's like Stephen Pressfield, the writer writes, right? You just have to write each day. Yep. Apologize. Good one. Yes. Yes. Oh, the book was Stephen Pressfield has The War of Art and Going Pro. Both are great. Yeah. Yesterday, I mentioned The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. It's so good. When facing fear. Yeah. There's also another great one around fear. Pema Chodron. Oh, great Buddhist teacher. Fear is letting go. If you look up her name, Pema Chodron, and fear, the book will come up. It's great. It's a little one. It's a little read, but it's great. I think it's Fear is Letting Go. That could also just be another book though that's coming to mind. Okay. So guys, here's the thing. I want to remind you, you're already her. You've seen what's possible. Now it's about letting yourself go fully all in on you. What would that look like? To go all in on your dreams, to go all in on the version of you that you want to be all in. So you've tapped into your highest version here, right? And that's beautiful. And that's also the beginning, especially those of you that got emotional, right? In the visualization. So the women who make it their reality, right? We don't do it alone. Like I definitely couldn't do it alone because your mind's only going to keep you where you've been. So it's being in community like this, coming to events like this, being accountable in a high level space that holds you to those standards. But I really want to remind you, and we talked about this yesterday, if you see yourself ingesting a lot of information and planning a lot for the plan, I want you to look at where are you not taking action? Are you getting lost in the planning? And has the planning become where your mind thinks you're taking action, but in reality, you're hiding because of fears, fear of failure, fear of being seen, fear that it won't work out, right? So this is truly why I created Reinvention. This is why we have Limitless Academy. This is why I do these events to help bridge the gap between where you are and who you're meant to be, right? And so if you resonate, if you want to go deeper, please apply for Reinvention. Like I said, we have 4 spots, or look into Limitless Academy. Right now, we're doing an intro rate to start of only $98. Would love to have you in either. And if not, then look and see what communities, what mentor, what teacher, or come back, subscribe to my channel on YouTube, get on my email list so you can be the first to receive the next events that we're doing. We have one that we're doing every month, and you can be in this energy and be in this conversation so that you can start to think differently and open up your mind to allow yourself to imagine again, to think about what's possible, to grow in your desires, to amplify your dreams and give them life and momentum, and to ground yourself in faith in yourself, faith in what you know to be true, faith in your desires that are in your heart, faith in your dreams that they're meant for you. They are. And you're already her. And this isn't about you needing to do all this work. This is about you getting to have so much fun in this next chapter, this best chapter, and designing it without anybody else telling you who you need to be or how you need to dress or what it needs to look like or what they think could happen for you. But you just get to strip it all away and start from wholeness and just say, what do I really want? And I don't want any regrets. And I'm going all in on me, because who better to bet on than you? So if you resonate with this and you want to go deeper with me, then email support@melissacatherine.com, or go to Reinvention, or apply to talk to me or somebody from my team today, or look at Limitless Academy. Both incredible options, and our other programs, if you resonate with Love Your Body, Lose the Weight, all of this is on my website, melissacatherine.com. Either way, guys, I'm so blessed to have you here. We have our next event happening in April, and this is Reinvent Your Wealth. This is for the wealthy, worthy woman who's ready to have it all. And in May, we are doing Reinvent Your Body. So stay tuned for all of these series. They're incredible. We created them specifically for you. We asked what you were looking for, and we're giving it to you. So I love you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time, for your energy, for all your engagement, your questions. Thank you for your understanding around today as well. Technology, it is fascinating, Wi-Fi, all the things. But I love you guys so much. Thank you again. And I will see you soon. All my love. Bye.